Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. This is a quick one, a little bit more information on water pumps, specifically around water pumps. The 1kD FTV, and that's basically all we're working on, so that's what we're talking about now. It comes with two different water pumps, okay? We won't be too general about it, we'll just leave it at that and say, look, there's two different water pumps. The big difference is, the one on the left here, is a one-piece unit, okay? So that's all one unit. It's bang, all in one. You know what all in one is, okay? To remove that's quite a big job because you've got your timing belt, the backing plate goes over it here, covering these mounting holes. There's two holes there. And at this side here, you've got your bracket for your tensioner, and on that bracket you've got your aircon compressor and your alternate and everything. So all that's got to come off to change this type of water pump. Much bigger job. So watch what they're charging you, because it just depends which water pump you've got. If you've got this one, it's going to be dearer and a lot more hours, really. Another 2 or 3 hours work compared to this one. Now, this one's the two-piece unit. You can see leaking, you know, they leak. There's another one. This was quite a bad one, I think, you know. This one, I don't know if that got washed. They've probably been left out in the rain or whatever anyway. Sometimes it gets washed down before I work on it if it's too filthy, and that one looked like maybe one of those. But anyway, two-piece unit, right? So that's not all this video is about, but obviously the two-piece unit, this can stay there, okay? You could reuse that gasket, but you're going to replace that gasket, and I'll get to important information about the gaskets in a moment. But, you know, that stays bolted there. Timing belt backing plate stays there. No need to pull any of that off. It's just the water pump at the front, right? So that's the way you want to be. So with our kits, what we do, we convert you over from this pump to that pump. Everybody gets that pump. Okay, a couple of things to think about. Some people go, oh no, you got to change the whole thing. You don't have to change the whole thing. Absolutely, you don't. I've never changed the whole thing unnecessarily, been doing it for years, no problem. These, with the right coolant and everything, stay nice, clean, alloy in colour. If you've got a bad cooling system, wrong coolant, hasn't had coolant in there, it's rusty, corroded, whatever, then you probably want to do the whole job and change the backing plate to make sure it's right. These gaskets that go behind, you know, they're like a stainless gasket with a sort of like rubber coating over the top. I'm not an expert on it, I'm just telling you what they look like and what they seem to do. They work really well. You don't need to put any goo or anything on these. You put them on clean and dry. They don't leak. You can even take them off and put them back on again and they don't leak. Now, I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just trying to let you know the actual fact of experiences and what happens, right? So some people will say, oh, but you've loosened off, you know, all these bolts to take that off here. So what about the gasket at the back? Isn't it going to leak? No. Well, you haven't pulled it away. You haven't broken the seal. You haven't damaged the gasket. It's held in place by these and these. It's not going anywhere. And when you refit your new water pump and torque it up, it's going to be happy days, mate. And I can say that because never had an issue, right? If there's an issue, you've probably done something wrong. Now, why do we like genuine pumps? Well, on one hand, it's like, well, maybe we don't because they seem to leak a lot, but I'm not sure if it's to blame the pumps. I don't think it is. Now, there's another brand, GMB, and that's a trusted brand. It's made in Japan. It's in the industry for years, trusted brand. Look, I'm not really sure if they're that good. I think they are, but I'm not 100% sure. I've been told a few stories, but I don't know if it's just stories trying to make them look bad, because that's what some people do. They just twist the truth to make it. That's why I like the videos. There it is. There's the evidence. Explain why. I hope you like it. It's just what it is. There's no smoke and mirrors here. It's just what it is, right? So what I really like about the genuine parts is the gaskets, right? So one good point that was made, you know, the GMB, it does come with that paper gasket. And, you know, generally use a bit of goo. You know, I'll grab some of the old stuff we used to use. Where is it? I don't know. Don't use it anymore, so I'd have to find it. We used to use things like, you know, this Permatex number 4 gasket cement, hard setting cement. Look, you know, I don't know if you need it. You could probably put it together, dry as well, that paper gasket, not be a problem. But look, we did that, and of course that'd sort of stick it on here on both sides, and of course when you took it off, it was a mess. And then if this water pump leaked, even if you got this set up, you'd take it off and you'd have all that paper, and you're in there trying to scrape it. Look, you get it done, but it's just a pain, I've got to say. You know, a pain you know what. So let's avoid that by using genuine gaskets. I don't think the genuine water pump's any worse than any other brand. So like everything else, stick with genuine parts. that's what we do. We supply you with that pump, so then even if you've got to do this big job, you never have to do it again because you've got this pump on there. And obviously we know which pumps to supply, so you get that upgrade. So once again, guys, I hope that's been informative for you. A little bit extra information over and above our water pump timing belt kit video. If you haven't seen that, check that out. That just shows you what's included in the kit we do and why those parts are included, and a few sort of optional things, you know what I mean? Like usual, subscribe if you haven't, turn the bell on, bingo, so you don't miss out on the next important information. You think, just when you think you've got it all and that's the last awesome video he's got to be out, tell you what, it just keeps coming. So, and there's of course stuff you haven't seen in the older videos because you only found my channel probably recently or whatever, it came up suggested or whatever. Go back and watch those older videos. There's lots of awesome information there, and the people that do that research and watch those till the end are the ones that are going to be smart, educated, and make the right decisions about what parts they're going to use, who's going to work on their car, or whether they're going to do it themselves. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See ya.